few years ago when we started within post-16, we realised that obviously our curriculum needed adapting and changed as much as we possibly can. After lots of consultation with parents, what we found was that our parents wanted our pupils to be happy and as independent as possible. So for this, we created personal learning goals, PLGs, and these were derived from the EHCs. What this did for our post-16 learners was it gave them a real natural angle and direction for them to move, not just up, but sideways, outways, where they could blossom no matter what way they wanted to move. What a lot of our kids come back to us and said, and of our pupils have said, we wanted to be as independent as possible and actually get a job and work in the local community, be part of the local community and actually thrive in that local community. So what we did as a school is we contacted a variety of local garages, local shops, etc. And worked with them really on making a bespoke package that actually suited and was wrapped around our pupils. And this was where evidence learning was essential for us, because what we were able to do was get these objectives off our local companies, collect evidence of the pupils doing tasks in school, but not only in school, with our classroom assistants and a variety of different people out in the local community, get all these skills, evidence, share this with home, and also get an accreditation. So for example, with 555 car guys behind us, what we've done is, Michael, who was working in 555, was able to do a variety of skills within school, practice these skills, then use them in the local community and actually add this to his CV through Evidence for Learning. This was then shared with parents, and hopefully in the future Michael will have a placement within a local car garage.
That's it, just loosen it a bit and then do the top one and we'll get a shocker on it now. See that one as well.
Using Evidence for Learning has allowed ourselves and Lee to explore the different objectives that we've set for the pupils for work experience. For example, checking cam belts, checking the brakes, checking oil. What Lee can then further do is, all the skills that we built on school, Lee can check them out, accredit these different skills, and let us use his accreditation, his company, 55 Carriage, to actually give the kids a certificate. It's been a wonderful opportunity. Lee, how have you found working with the kids?
I enjoy it when the kids come, trying to learn them a little bit and see a bit of progression.
Thank you very much, Lee, for all the opportunity. We haven't just been able to get some of our local, we've actually been able to get some huge big brands, and one of the biggest brands we've been working with is The Entertainer and also Bar Burrito. These were two great facilities that the pupils absolutely thrived in, and it's given them opportunities that they wouldn't necessarily have. I would like to thank both these companies because they've been fantastic and actually accredited and actually working with our pupils in the school. Traditionally, creating a CV for our pupils at Palmerston School has been very challenging, as pupils with an SLD diagnosis have difficulties with short-term and long-term memory. Using Evidence for Learning, pupils can create a systematic digital CV with videos and statements simply by reviewing and selecting and tagging their own videos using our CV tag. This means creating an interactive, personalised CV is very simple and can help them towards gaining employment. The other big advantage of Evidence for Learning for us within post-16 is a lot of our curriculum is out in the community, developing these social skills, these town training, and actually learning out in the community, because long after Palmerston's gone, a lot of people actually survive and actually live out in our local community. And ultimately, our goal is to make them as ready for that as we can, as a school and as a society.
It's helped us to see how Tonya interacts when we're not around, because she's a completely different independent person when we're not there, and that's something we don't see at home. It's nice to see her going off and being like an independent child, well, adult, young adult now.
We have Tom from Travel Train within Liverpool. Tom now takes an iPad when he goes out into the local community for us. He's able to capture goals, targets, etc. for our pupils, and straight away when we come back, we have that update. We can then moderate how that pupil's doing, how are they generalising skills, are they becoming fluent, and actually are they maintaining these skills, because it's okay being taught one day, but actually can they do that during the day in 2 or 3 days time. So Evidence for Learning has given us such a real opportunity to not only evaluate what the kids are doing in the local community, but actually gather that vital information and become inquiry based as to what is our next step with this pupil, how are we actually going to teach this task to this pupil, and share that learning with home.
Hi, my name's Tom and I'm a travel trainer for the Liverpool City Council, and we've been working closely with Palmerston School doing some independent travel training. We've been using Evidence for Learning to gather evidence of our learners travelling in the community, and it's been able to help us with showing us their progression and how they're learning.
It's been brilliant because when you're taking the students out, you're actually seeing what they can really do, which is brilliant, because some parents, they get very scary. They're like, oh no, they can't get on the bus, they can't do this and that, and they can't do that. But we can actually show the parent, yeah, your child can. They're capable of doing this. Some of our students are even capable of even getting a job out of the work experience.
What Evans for Learning has let us do, which we previously weren't able to do, is capture this and capture these videos instantaneously, add these to their PLGs and their personal learning goals out in the community straight away, and upload it and share these experiences with families and friends.
We do a lot of things that's not just education at Palmerston School, and we were really hunting for something that was able to capture that, and also something that we could work with parents and the other professionals with. Our IEPs were just for school-based staff, and we wanted to be able to show parents what we did at Palmerston, what the children were engaged in, how they loved learning, and how the other activities were also part of their life. So things like lunchtime activities, even just playing with the other children, things like that that we couldn't capture on an IEP. And Evidence for Learning allows us to video these activities, show parents.
The lovely thing what we've done with post-16 pupils and throughout the school is parents have been able to also film pupils working and actually doing a very different tasks and actually engaging in the local community, engaging both with very different shops, also SAPA systems, and actually strangers. Send this back in, and this is all creating such a holistic picture with us for a school, and this is a tool that we actually now could not live without.